So I went and marathoned a show called Nazotokine, brought to you by Tengo Kubo, a studio who's known for fucking nothing, and Vivendi. The studio's title pretty much sums up how well thought out it is. Get it? Because it's her name and also a pun. Which is to say that it isn't. The story revolves around puzzle solving. I mean, that's what the Wikipedia says, but here's what the show is actually about. Tokine is a super pretty and smart secretary of a company, and everyone loves her. She has no problems whatsoever, except she likes anime. That's a character flaw, right? Anyway, because she is so special, she is kidnapped into an alternate dimension where she must solve puzzles within 5 minutes in a sexy henshin outfit, and then bring-gasm a magic crystal in order to escape. Now, I came into this show with absolutely zero expectations. Hell, even less. I heard the show was bad and I wanted to see if it was actually bad. Now imagine my surprise when even those non-expectations were too much for the show to handle. Now I imagine some of you will say this show doesn't count because it's only 5 minutes of content per episode. Hell, I even have friends who are like that. But god damn it, if a show that's called Poopy Po, with fucking this thing as its mascot can get me emotionally invested in what is happening in even less amount of time with characters with an arc and a backstory, then fuck you, this show counts. By the way, in case you were wondering, Nazotokine doesn't have any of those. In fact, nothing happens in this show. Ever. Here is the structure of each episode. Tokine goes to a location and talks to a friend. Gets trapped in the puzzle world. Episode 2. Tokine solves a puzzle and goes back to the real world and talks to a friend. Repeat until the end of time. Or until the show ends. You probably think this show is pretty bad, but wait, it gets worse. This show has some of the worst animation I have ever seen. Like, I don't even know if you can call it animation at this point. Like, does dragging a GIF across the screen count as animation? Seriously, look at this, look at this. The show will do everything in its power to do as little animation as possible. At one point, I started laughing my ass off because I realized the show was just continually changing camera angles so that they won't have to animate characters repositioning themselves to talk or have a character's mouth move. Nazo has less animation than Inferno Cop, and when I say that, I don't just mean that in a literal sense, okay? There's no energy to the show. The lack of character, lack of story, lack of animation, they all build off each other, creating this sort of, cascading failure when they try to get any sort of momentum going.
It's a butterfly effect of failure.
The amount of slideshow segments is astonishing. Like, I'll have some screenshots of the show pop up sometimes, but there's so little animation that these screenshots are perfectly representative of the show itself. Any animation that you do see in the show will end up being repeated and repeated over and over, which makes the already unfunny jokes' comedic tone weaker. At one point, Nazo decided to set up this one character, which looks to be the rival to Tokine, and then they introduce her and do absolutely nothing with her, and then we never see her again. I went to check out the people behind this because I just had to know. And the director, Naoya Fukushi, has worked on some pretty good stuff in the past as a CG director and 3D director. He's even done some good work recently. So what changed with this? Oh. Well, better luck next time, dude. There's also, inexplicably, a second season called Kaito by Ansa. Get it? Which exists. Maybe. I mean, it was supposedly released this summer, but aside from first episode in Japanese and some promotional commercials on the studio's website, I can't find anything else related to the show. Like, was it an OVA for a show that was not good in the first place? Just from what I've found, however, the problems with the animation characters haven't really gone away, but there does seem to be an ongoing plot, which is what I wanted in the first place. It's amazing how much a show can improve if you have things that actually happen in the story, huh? Honestly, the entire show feels like Naoya just watched the quiz show episodes from Skit Dance and didn't understand what made those episodes interesting in the first place. Like, he just saw a picture of Quetchan and was like, yep, that's it. Oh well, at least Ori Monogatari was good.
Singing time!